Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to another video here at Spent Brass, Pistol Pete, the Beard. We're bringing you guys along with what we're going to call our 500 yard series. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to go through our inventory. We're just going to shoot what we have. We're not going to buy anything special to shoot 500 yards. It's just what we do. Some of this will be really silly. You'll see in an upcoming video. Others of it, you know, it's going to be, why are you shooting that gun at 500? It's a long range gun. It's what we have available. It's what we want to do for you guys. So tune in, comment below. If it sucks, you know, let us know. We'll spend our energy elsewhere. So today, got one of Pistol Pete's inventory guns. Tell us what we got here.
This is a Troy factory TRXtreme, is I believe the model number.
Extreme.
It's very extreme.
It's very extreme.
They proved that today. Basically what it is, it's a bunch of parts out of Troy's parts bin that are thrown together for this model. It's kind of similar to the Troy Alpha, if you guys have seen the Troy Alpha, but this has a 16-inch barrel. I think it's got this older TRXtreme rail or Extreme rail from Troy. But basically, I'll give you a quick rundown of what they did here. The cool, probably most unique thing about this gun is the stock. It's a Troy PDW Tomahawk style stock. I think this is like one of the earlier generations. I think they've come out with some new ones that are polymer and have like a little sleeve. This one's all aluminum. It's really short, really compact. Uses a proprietary Troy bolt carrier that the buffer is actually integrated into the bolt carrier group.
And you need that because that buffer tube,
yeah, it's shorter.
Length.
It's shorter than a pistol length buffer tube, which makes it super compact, and it makes for a really awesome truck gun.
It does.
And it actually running guns well too, but I think we'll save that for another video for another day. Troy pistol grip, Troy trigger guard. Everything about this thing is factory Troy except for the trigger springs on this thing. It's got, I want to say they're JP reduced weight springs, which really cleaned up the trigger. They were only like 10 or 12 bucks. If you guys are looking to clean up a mil-spec trigger, it's an awesome way to do it for super cheap if you don't want to get into drop-in trigger money.
So for the kit, you're getting better trigger pull, better consistency?
It actually turns it into a single-stage trigger.
Okay.
And it has just like a little bit of creep, pretty light break. I think it's like 5 or 5.5 pounds, but it's really consistent, good reset. Just a nice kit if you're upgrading like a standard mil-spec trigger and don't want to spend a lot of money. It's just replacement springs. This one is a little different. I went with a model that has the extra power hammer spring. And the reason for that is I run a ton of steel case through this rifle. And we'll talk about that more because we actually are running steel case through it at 500 today too.
Steel case at 500.
So again, Troy rail, Troy barrel, it's a mid-length gas system, Troy medieval muzzle brake. The only non-factory things, like I said, are the springs on this thing. In this Holosun, this is the HS503G model, which is the ACSS version that uses primary arms ACSS reticle, which is super awesome.
We'll put one of those cool little inlays,
Yeah.
whatever you call it.
We'll get the nerds in the tech department to
get those guys to do the thing. Put it here, put it here, put it there.
Yeah.
But basically what it does, it's a built-in bullet drop compensator.
Yep.
So you don't have to fool around with it. Once you take your gun out to a known distance, you write that down somewhere, you just remember it, and boom, you're on or darn near close at multiple ranges without having to turn any turrets.
Yep.
It's a super simple system. And
now that being said though, today when we shot it, last time we were out here, I think I've shot this gun at 500 yards before with good results. Last time we were out here, we're hitting a little bit higher up the reticle, but it's because I think I was running like 5.56 or 55 grain 5.56, which is a hotter, lighter round. With the ammo we were running today, which was Tula,
that's
75
right.
grain.
You've seen it before on RDB. You've seen it run out of the Tavor.
Yep, we ran out of the Tavor. Yep.
It's kind of you know, it's worth our time to run it.
It's our poverty match ammo.
It's our poverty match.
But it's not match ammo by any means.
No.
But we were talking about it, and the thing we're shooting in today is that it's kind of, we ran into like a bit of a Hawoop style like dust storm that came up on us as we're shooting this. And to get back to the reticle, I basically had to hold an upside down lollipop, but once we had that hold, we were crushing it and getting consistent hits at 500 yards. And we even stepped down a plate size today, and I got all hits. They were all over the plate, but I was super excited about that. So ACSS reticle on this optic, awesome.
Yeah, big fan.
Okay, I'm going to try between the second and third dot. Come on.
All right, send it. Okay, just left. and a little low. If it was a square, you would have hit the bottom left corner.
Okay.
So you went further down and further left, but the wind's starting to pick up in that direction. So come up and come right. Just under. Good looking left to right. Come up a half a gong. Perfect. Hold that one. Hit. Hit. That one's a little low. Hit. You're back in the mix.
Feel that wind.
Yeah, I can feel that wind. It's moving my camera. This hit. It's a sturdy tripod. It's fucking it. Hit. It is dusty down there. Pete.
Damn.
Pete.
Look at all that dust.
Pete, we need to wrap it up. Look to the right. We got a dust storm coming. Look at this. Yeah, we got some weather coming at us.
Let's zip up our stuff, but I want to still pop off.
Yeah, let's take a second and throw what we don't need in the trucks.
Yeah. That stuff's fine.
I mean, as it was getting out there, you'll see in the video that it was getting dusty. All right, guys, so we're back. We had to cut it out. I don't know if you can tell the picture's hazier because we're literally had the front end of a monsoon storm coming in here in Phoenix, and
I can taste the dust in my mouth.
Dirt is bucking. It's hazy. You can see it pick up on that last video. I was like, dude, what's wrong? My settings are changing. My light's changing. But it was the dust.
But we're running this Troy TRXtreme, and it's been a hammer in the past. It was just hammering. Might have to adjust for a little bit more wind now. It's picking up pretty good out there. I see that flag dancing around.
Yeah, it's swirling off that face.
Looks like kind of a tailwind, so it might not be that bad.
Yeah.
Let's get on it.
Let's get on it. See what she does.
I'm gonna go back to my previous hold. Let me know where I'm at.
All right, I'm on target. I'm shaking. This thing is
Shooting in a dust storm. Take one.
500-yard dust storm. Hit. Dropped it right in there. You got good up and down. You're a little bit to the right.
Okay.
That wind is steady away from us now. Hit. Hit. Right in the middle. Hit. I think that was far left. Hit. Can we shift over to the target on the right now?
All the way to the right.
Far right. Let me adjust for that.
That's a bunch of shots right on with that thing. So we're hitting pretty regular.
I don't have any shots on the target on the right.
I might need a little coaching to get in that tight.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller. It's probably about 4 inches smaller in diameter. Far right. Hit. Good left to right. Just a smidge low, but you're pretty much in the center. Hit. You went on the farthest you can go for low. farthest edge on the right, good up and down. I think you hit the very far edge left.
Did you hear it?
You barely, so you went from far right to far left.
Yeah, I've got a tailwind right now.
Hit.
Wow.
Come look at these shots real quick.
So I think, just before I look at those, I think that's the only time with no magnification I've been able to keep every shot on one of the, not the smaller, but one of the smaller than the two biggest gongs.
Yeah, and you pushed the limits on it. Come check your look.
Yeah, that was probably about the extent. So this is the beard on the Troy TRXtreme beard. Are you going for that far right gong, or you want to go big gong first?
Go big gong.
All right, so big gong to the left of the one I was just shooting.
Yeah.
All right, that's in frame, so I'm gonna leave it where it's at, and then we'll see. Take 10 on the big gong, and if you're feeling confident, we'll move you over to the right. Right now, the wind is blowing right. So you gotta watch that tripod.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Kicked it in there.
All right, so the wind is picking up right, so you're... Dude, the wind is blowing all over.
So my farthest drop is at the top of the steel?
Yep, upside down lollipop.
Okay, got it.
I might want to adjust that brightness. I know you like it a little dimmer.
No, I got it.
That's not an auto adjuster.
I'm on it.
All right, send when ready. You got a good tailwind right now. Okay, high left.
Hit or no hit?
You're probably like 6 inches off the plate, the upper left shoulder, like 10 o'clock.
Got it.
Just low off the plate at like 7 o'clock. Hit. Hit, left side of the hit. Perfect up and down, but you're on the left side of the plate. That was like an inch off the left side of the plate.
Got it. Yeah, I started drifting.
But that's a wind on you, man.
All
You
right,
got a good tailwind right now.
I'm gonna go far right.
Okay.
Feeling ballsy.
Perfect left and right, but that was like up towards the crossbar. You got to come down a little bit.
Was it a hit or no?
No, it was a miss. Up towards the crossbar.
Holy shit.
Wind slowing down. Hit, I think that was towards the top of the plate. I wasn't actually looking at it when you hit it. Nice, just high left of the red dot on the plate. Same spot, almost touching, beautiful. Still a hit, very good, keep that hold.
I think I lost it.
Just under the red dot, bro. Good hit. Low right, still a hit. Perfect left and right under the dot, 6 inches. Back up towards the dot, nice hit. Low left corner of the plate, still a hit. Low left, miss, off like 1 inch off the plate.
Yeah, the wind's pushing.
The wind's going everywhere right now. You got
It's gust.
hit. Good left and right, just up. Hit.
Ended with a hit.
Nice. I've been really impressed with this rifle. And you'd think that with that PDW stock, it's not comfortable. It isn't the most comfortable.
It's not. It doesn't give you the best
cheek weld.
cheek weld.
But it's freaking usable. I mean, it's absolutely usable.
It's better than I thought it was going to be. I thought my cheek would be in no man's land. It's not. So let's talk about your hits today. Let's talk about 500-yard shooting. You know, why are we running this today at 500 yards?
Well, because it's freaking fun, and shooting 500 yards with no magnification is a fun challenge of our marksmanship. It's a good test of a system like this, which, I mean, obviously with the PDW stock, this is I bought this thing for run and gun. Funny story, actually, how I bought it. I'm a guy who builds all of his own AR-15s, right? We've on the channel, like, we have a bunch of AR-15s we put together. I own maybe like one other AR that's a factory build.
Yeah.
That hasn't been just extensively modified, and that's another Troy, and it's like a throwback rifle, so I don't want to screw it up. When I saw this gun, I got it on sale at Sportsman's Warehouse. I want to say for like 900 or 950 bucks.
Right.
And I saw that stock, and I thought, man, I got to give that a try. And this was probably like before Trump was elected.
Yeah.
There was some shooting.
This was
there was a
leading
scare.
into Hillary. This was
get
it while you can.
Yeah.
I remember you texting me, calling me even probably, and you were super excited about this stock.
Yeah.
And this was the reason you bought it. And from the get-go, I was like, dude, I don't know. Where are you gonna put your freaking face? How are you gonna use it? How's it gonna work? I was a big critic before I even shot it. And you know what? I think it works pretty damn well. It works. It's not unusable. It's not terrible. And I'm getting hits with it.
But if you can hit at 500 yards with it, can you really bust its balls that bad? And what's weird is I've never really been an ass man before. You know, that's not my game.
You weren't about the butts.
On this one, I fell in love with the ass of this gun, and it ended up paying off. It's super cool, great truck gun, gets down compact, extends far enough to have a decent kind of hold and cheek weld. The fact that the Troy grip is a little bit more vertical, and isn't a swept back, makes for a little bit more comfortable freestanding like shooting position with this gun. If you can't tell, I'm super jazzed about the way that this thing ran.
I just thought of the name. This video should be titled "The Makings of a Troy Fanboy."
You know,
because you're fanboying on this.
I totally am a fanboy. I have two factory built rifles. They're both Troys.
They're both Troys.
Now, aside from the political stuff, like, I really don't fucking care about the political stuff with Troy. I mean, there's stuff going on, people not buying Troy. That's cool. I guess it just means there's more for me. Yeah. Because I'm hitting with this thing at 500 yards with no magnification, and it's just a joy to shoot.
Not only that, my man the Fanboy, even running
a Troy magazine.
Troy mags.
So I figured it would be appropriate to run a Troy mag today, and you know, it didn't disappoint.
It didn't disappoint. It shot everything well, and you guys you'll notice we're shooting off bags at 500. With most of the things we're gonna do at 500, if not all of them.
I think the followers just look up there.
We're gonna shoot off the most stable position. So
yeah,
you know, we're gonna bring you guns that are, you know, well within their capabilities of shooting at 500. This one, I believe, you know, it's not my opinion. It's the way that this platform was built. It's good out to 600. So I expected that it would do okay.
Yeah.
It did pretty darn good. It did great.
It did
no
really
failures in the system. It was engaging targets out to 500.
This gun has never jammed once, and we've put, I don't know, I put a lot of rounds through this thing, run and gun, out in the desert. We were shooting in a dust storm today. I mean, you know, even one grain of sand can jam a gun up in the chamber, and this thing has just been dead.
And you'll see that.
reliable.
I called a ceasefire because I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was. We're filming. You'll see the rolling footage. It goes from being crystal clear to super foggy. I thought something happened with my spotting scope or my camera settings, and it was just a storm.
You could feel the pressure drop, and you could taste like the ozone. It was pretty gnarly coming in. But what's crazy is we kept shooting with Troy.
Yeah,
kept hitting
in the wind. In fact, we went down to a smaller target in the worst of the wind out here, and it's hot. I mean, it's 100+ degrees. Storm comes rolling in. A lot of things
between
going
107 and 111 depending who you're talking to today. Yeah. So pretty hot. We were using the whole plate on the smaller plate.
Yeah, I was using the whole thing.
I was using the edges of the plate, but I'll be damned if I didn't keep every hit on the plate, and you almost did too. But by the time we had you on behind the gun, the wind was actually starting to change direction.
It went from really tight shooting for me to wild, and then it came back in. But anyway, this is what we want to do. We want to bring you some 500-yard shooting. You know, some of you think 500 yards is super far. Some of you think that's super lame. You know, we'll play to the middle. Let us know what you guys think below.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're going to just roll through inventories of our firearms. You're going to see Pistol Pete bring out a gun that is ridiculous for this distance. I mean, basically, if it ain't a pistol, it's going to get shot here. Yeah. I mean, you might shoot a pistol.
I might even run a PPQ out here and just get made fun of because I missed the whole time. But hey, you know, I'm trying, and I think that's one of the things we want to impress to some of you guys. If you're local, come out and shoot with us. We're both members here. We wouldn't mind having a visitor here and there. So ping us in the comments or hit us with the email. We love. It's kind of running. I don't know. Try the comments. Stick with the comments.
I'll put Pete's personal number in the comments.
Yeah, I'll flash it on the screen.
Give him a call.
But otherwise, Troy TRXtreme. expect a full review on this gun. I'm going to actually commit to that. We're going to do a full review on this gun, or maybe a comparison video, something like that soon down the road. Can't go wrong with this rig. If you can find one of these, I would snap it up. Right now the alphas I've seen on slick guns go for about, I think, just over $1,000, which is a very similar setup, but with a 14.5-inch barrel with a pinned on flash hider.
Yeah.
I might even like that more. It might not do as well at 500, but it's even more compact, and that's
more
one of the
truck
coolest
gun.
More truck gun.
More truck gun.
Cool, guys. Appreciate you watching this one. If you can't tell, I'm going home happy, so thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Have a good one. All right, take 2. This is Peter's Troy. He's super happy with it. It hits at 500. It's a fucking gun that's supposed to hit at 600. What do you want? Spend some money on it. Hey, you can even buy these cheap because no one's buying Troy products. All right, bye.
I'll put that at the end.
Yes.
My hands. What should I do with my
What should I do with my hands? Can I put my hands behind your hands so it looks like your hands are
Put
right?
my hands over your hands.
Yeah.